He was talking crazy.
It was a moment I would never ever forget.
He was a little bit more dangerous.
He was so competitive.
That was crazy.
That was crazy because he was like 40.
2001, you signed with the Wizards. What was it like playing with a 40-year-old MJ?
I didn't care if he was 90.
Yeah.
Like, man, come on, man. Like, get a chance to play with him, man. It was like, it was a blessing. You know, like I said, my career's been blessed. Like I said, it just, when I first saw him, well, when he first called, initially, because he was part of the front office, and I heard his voice, I'm like, man, what? Are you serious? Like, MJ calling me, like, called, and we want you to come here with the Wizards, whatever. He said, I'm thinking about coming back, but, you know, we didn't discuss it. You know, it didn't go public for a while. But then just when I first met him, just in awe, man. Like, just having a chance to, you know, see Black Jesus in person, like, talk to him, be his teammate. Like, I was in awe. And my first year playing with him, man, I didn't know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm throwing to him every time and just go stand, or he's like, no, play. Like, but you just get so mesmerized by who he is. I'm about 40. Yeah, he was 40. He averaged 20 points a game at the age of 40 on one leg because his knee was messed up, and he played 82 games at the age of 40 on one leg. And played all 82 games. So, I mean, I just tell you who he is. You know?
Crazy.
82 games.
Mike was a though, both times, because he was still talking that.
Yep, still talking.
Talking that. He was still skilled. It was just health with him. Mm-hmm. And I had to guard that. Gave us 40. Man, I got like 38 out of that too. He was too dribbling. You know, I ain't played the three in a minute, but Flip like, nah, you the only one that can guard. I'm like, we got two guards on here. Wait, all two skate. No, you're gonna guard. Like, all right, cool. I ain't tripping. Let's get it. Too slow, Ho.
Damn.
What up, Ho? What up, Ho? Watch out, Ho. They wasn't even in no triangle. He started making up the triangle as he was doing that. Set it right here. No, watch out. What up, Ho? Man, yo, what? That motherfucker took that. He came out one time, shot that motherfucker so high, I jumped, and I was just like, oh, I can't even. Oh man. Yeah.
And then Ticket, your first game back against MJ in 2002, you had 31, you won the game, and Mike had a good game too. Mike had 35 in that game.
Damn, he still was giving buckets to the young.
I'm trying to tell you, I got probably 39 of that.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? He was talking. He was talking crazy.
So he
Ho, whatever, Ho, holding that waiting on me.
That's what I'm saying. So he retired in '98.
Right, came back like
Cook 4 years off.
Came back like Cook, boy.
And still came in averaging 23.
Came back like bang, 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 bang. You hear me?
But his body was different. He had a 40-year-old body. So sometimes, I remember one time, and we was in the training room, and you know his knee would swell up after games sometimes, and he would have to get him drained. And to that point, that was the nastiest thing I'd ever seen. So I'm sitting there in the training room, just getting some Isostim or something like that. And they come in and his knee is swollen, looks like the Elephant Man or something like that. So they come out with this big needle and they drain it, and like this black tar goo looking stuff came out. And I'm sitting there looking at him. This is the second year. And I'm sitting there looking at him, and I asked him, I was like, why are you doing this? Like, honestly, you don't have to play. You're MJ. Like, why are you even doing this? And he looked at me. He just kind of shook his head like he didn't have an answer. And then he went back to looking at his knee. You know, but so his body was just different. But as far as the drive, the push, everything like that, he had all that. I mean, he was so competitive, you know, every day at practice. If we're doing a scrimmage, he wanted to win. Like but it was just older.
And I'll tell you an interesting story about the greatness of Michael Jordan. When I was coaching in Washington, we played the Indiana Pacers, and we were down 25 at the end of the third quarter. And I took Michael out of the game, and I said, look, Michael, I know you think we can still win this game, but we got to play, you know, in 2 nights. And if we make a little run, I'll put you back in the game. Well, we didn't. Well, I found out that after the game was over, that he had 8 points in the game, and he broke a streak of like 860-something games in double figures. And so the media was on, you know, how do you think Michael's going to be with this? You know, I said, you know, look, Michael's got championship rings, he's got gold medals, he's got NCAA championships, he's got MVPs. He's not going to care about the 8 points. So he met with the media and agreed. You know, that bus is lonely as a coach when you're sitting there after you've got your head handed to you. So I was sitting on the bus, and actually Michael had hired me. He was the part owner and president GM, hired me to be the coach, and then he came back to play. I'll never forget this moment ever as a coach. That this to me was greatness. He got on the bus and he said, scoot over. And he looked at me and he said, do you think I can still play? And I said, absolutely. That's why I'm here, to be here to help you. He said, you know, to be my coach, you have to believe in me and believe I can still play. And I said, Michael, I believe in you. He said, you did the right thing tonight. You did the right thing tonight. I don't care about the points, but I needed to know that you believe in me. Fast forward, we get on the plane. He has a few cocktails, smokes a couple cigars, all the things you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
We get back about 3:30 in the morning in Washington. At 7:30 that morning, he's down in the fitness room with Tim Grover, working out like you can't believe. Now, he's 41 years old. We play the New Jersey Nets the next night, and Michael scores the first 3 times he has the ball. Byron Scott takes a timeout. Michael comes over and he says, I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you. And so that's fine by me. So with 2 minutes to go in the game, he gives me the sign like, that's enough. I take him out of the game. He walks over to the bench. I said, Michael, what happened tonight? He said, well, the guy who was guarding me told me his back was hurting. Don't ever tell me you got a problem. He said, I'll make you pay for that. 51 points later, 51 points at age 41. He came back the next game with 46. And he looked at me and he said, I told you I could still play. 97 points. I mean, Mike, I was absolutely blown away at what this guy could do. His mind, how strong it was. I mean, he's playing on one leg. I mean, he had cut his finger, doing a cigar. He had his finger was bent. He had a bad knee. The competitive will and great. I've never seen anything like it. But that moment when he looked at me and asked me if I still believed in him, I said, this is the greatest player to play the game, wanting to know if I still believed in him. It was a moment I would never, ever forget.
That's the beauty of basketball, though. Like, you can play it at any age if you're good and you fundamentally sound. And, I think we was fortunate to, be able to catch a lot of, we caught MJ when he came back. You know what I mean? He gave us 56, dog. You know what I mean? And that they be playing on Instagram, that was on us, dog.
Right. That was right.
I know how that whole shit played out. You dig what I'm saying?
That was crazy.
That was crazy, because he was 40.
Right.
Wasn't he 40?
He was something like that. Too old to be doing that. So
Nah, it was that shit was just happening. He catch you from the beginning. What's up, Mike?
Right.
Damn, what kind of cologne you got on? This smell good too. You know what I mean? Boy, and then come out first, hit the first 3 buckets, 6 points. Now he got 14 points in the first quarter. Coach called a timeout. Paul Silas said, hey, y'all just gonna sit and watch homeboy over here getting fried? I was like, damn, I ain't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't even get off the fact that, what kind of cologne he was wearing. You know what I mean? I ain't guarding him. I'm watching damn. He don't even stink. He smell good. He killing. There's you guard him, BD. I remember one play, I thought I blocked that shit. I was like, man, get that shit out of here. I said, smack. I was like, all right, I probably need to shut up. But that was it was being in a matrix, you know what I mean? Because it's yo, it ain't real. You damn, that's Jordan though. You in the game, fanning out, trying to guard the dude, and it's 35.
Bro, I remember, I literally
42.
Oh, it damn sure was. I did both. And so it damn sure was, in that 95 year, my rookie year, we would have faced them in the playoffs, but when I was out there, United Center, that's when they was in their heyday, and you going in, and they playing the music and got the banners up with all the smoke. You damn, this shit look just like this on TV when I was watching this. You know what I'm saying? And he was a phenomenal player then, but I think he was a little bit more dangerous when he was with the Wizards. He didn't have the athleticism that we were used to seeing MJ have. Yeah. But I'm with Bonzi, his angles were a little bit more sharp. You wasn't gonna move him. He was a strong 2-3 guard. You wasn't going to just move him lightly. And his shot became more dangerous. He became more solid as that veteran player when his years in Washington, as the question stated. It was one of them, don't leave him open.
Don't leave Michael Jordan open.
Yeah, he's still out there talking.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He talking shit, but he dropping dimes and you know what I'm saying? It was damn. But the only thing he was missing was the hop. That's it.
Nobody ever saw him.
Right.
I had a chance to play against Michael Jordan, but it was when he had the Wizards uniform on, so it wasn't quite prime Michael Jordan. It was 40-year-old Michael Jordan.
Jordan, to Laker. Nice pass. Michael Jordan.
I remember he still was a phenomenal athlete. He still had great footwork, and he actually gave me about 30 points.
Jordan over Pierce. He's got it. Michael Jordan equals his season high, 31.
So it was my 3rd year in the league, and he was still probably one of the top 10 athletes in the game at the time. Yeah, he trash talked a little bit. I remember him hitting a fadeaway, telling me you can't get to that.
Pierce, defending Jordan. Fall away, he hits. 29 for Jordan.
He really had a rivalry with Antoine Walker, being that Antoine Walker was in Chicago, and these guys played against each other in pickup games in the summer, and him and Antoine Walker really went at each other quite a bit.
Playing in Orlando is his last year. We play them in Orlando first, and I'm blocking his shot. Like, I'm locking him up. Like, I'm doing my thing again. I blocked his shot like 3 or 4 times. Like, I'm having my way against him defensively. Now, granted, he's 40 years old, but I'm feeling good about myself. So fast forward a month later, we're in D.C. My ankle, we go to the doctor in Baltimore, and basically he tells me I'm done. Like, my ankle's, once again, it's not healed, it's broken, I have to have surgery. But I wanted to play against Jordan one last time. And so we're playing the Wizards. It's a TNT game.
Wait,
Thursday
don't you
night.
want to go out where you dominate him and you're blocking his shots?
I'm just thinking, my ego. Like, I'm thinking, I had him the last game. I don't need this left ankle. Just give me some.
I only need
Motrin.
one ankle.
Give me a bunch of Motrin. I'm
Okay.
gonna go out here. And when I tell you, he torched me in that first quarter. Like, literally, he gave me 20 points in the first quarter on the same play. Like, he just ran the same play every time and did this, and I could not guard him. And so I checked out of the game at the end of the first quarter. And I didn't even go to the bed. I just walked back to the locker room. Like, I was done. Like, literally had surgery like a couple days later. But it was like, I wanted to guard Jordan one last time. And you're right, I shouldn't have. I should have just let that go.
Did he know you were a wounded animal?
He probably did, because he went at me every.
And he didn't
the
care.
Same move. Like, it wasn't. He didn't do anything different. It was the same move, and I had nothing for him.
Being in the NBA for 22 years, I can proudly say I got the opportunity to play against Michael Jordan.
Vince Carter, Michael up on him. Vince, a leaner is good. Michael Jordan is just starting to heat up.
And it was just obviously nothing short of than amazing, and an opportunity that a lot of players in today's game can't say. His impact on the game, his impact on players today and the players of the past is well documented. My story about MJ goes back to All-Star in Atlanta. I was a leading vote getter, and I gave my starting position to MJ, which he declined multiple times throughout the day. So we go on, and he accepts the starting position.
Will be Michael starting in place of Vince Carter.
He goes on and hits his historic fadeaway.
And Michael has the ball. Again guarded by Shawn Marion. The fadeaway, yes!
Anytime that All-Star game is played on TV or talked about, that memory sticks to me because it was just historic in my mind, historic for all the fans who are watching to see MJ do his thing one more time in an All-Star game.
Michael was fun. He had a unique personality.
Great to be around.
Great to be around. Like, when I was on the basketball court at times with him, he would show me the whole medium range game. Like, he would dribble 2 times, pull up in the middle of the court and says, "Hey, Rip, get that in your game. That's the hardest play in the game of basketball to guard."
Yes, sir.
But then there was also another side where it was the talking trash Michael Jordan. And at times, me and a couple of the young guys would come up to him and say, "Hey, Mike, why don't you think about putting us in the Brand Jordan collection?"
Right.
And he'd look at me and say, "Hey, Rip, my sneakers for all-stars." And at that time, I'm like, wow, like really? And then my other young fella, I don't want to say his name, and he would say, "Hey, Mike, what about me? Put me in your sneaker." And then he'll say, "Your game is not to the liking for my sneakers.
Not good enough for the
Not
sneakers.
good enough for
Your
my
game
sneakers."
don't fit my sneakers.
So, but that was the whole big talking
Yo.
trash with Mike. So you just had to have thick skin with him. And I told him,
Did
"Hey,
you go
you know
home
what?
that day? How did you feel when you went home that day?
You know what? I went home, I looked myself in the mirror, and I said, Rip, we're going to be all right."
Right.
Because I'm gonna come back to MJ, and I did. After I made the All-Star team,
Are
I
you
came
serious?
back to him and I said, "Hey, M, now I'm an All-Star. Now you got to put me in that sneaker.
Man.
Now you got to pay me the big bucks." And
I'm
he did it.
just glad that the guy, he said his game don't fit my sneakers.
Oh my
The
goodness.
question mark out.
Right? Oh man.
I think people don't understand how hard to work or how hard it is to work until you actually do it and go through it. And just seeing Kobe and the work he put in every single day. He was 19, 20 years old when I was on the team, and just having a routine and coming in at 7 o'clock in the morning before everybody got there, get his lift in, get his workout in, and then come in and be full speed in practice. Like, a lot of guys think, "Oh, well, I can't practice 'cause I got to play." Like, no. Like, Michael Jordan at 40 practiced every single day. Doug Collins had to, try to kick him off the floor. He wouldn't leave. And same thing with Kobe. Like, okay, you put the work in individually, but also coming to practice and then playing 40 minutes in every game. Like, that's a lot. And that's what the greats do. And so just seeing how they work and how I played every preseason game. Michael Jordan, when he first came, they played every preseason game, like Kobe, every preseason game to get ready for the 82-game season. And so you see, like, the work those guys put in every single day. I'm like, man, I ain't working hard enough. I thought I was working hard, but these guys are 10 times, more. And so that's what you see when you get to the Kobe's and the Jordans and, LeBron's, like the work ethic, Kawhi's. And so it's just a different work ethic than, a lot of other people.
Most guys kept a PG with MJ. We did have Byron Russell on the team, and he would consistently try and challenge MJ in practice, but it was MJ was just so much better than him, man. It got to the point where it was embarrassing because he would talk to MJ, and then MJ would just turn it up, and he'd be on one, and he would just be cooking them. Like, I remember in one practice, like he told, like after hitting the game-winning shot on Byron Russell, he said, "Man, stop trying to guard me, man. You're known as the human highlight reel. Not because you have any highlights of your own, but because you're in all of mine." I mean, I'm just like, oh, that's just so hurtful because he's hit so many game winners on Byron Russell. So to say that, it was just like, boy, please shut your mouth.